Each and every week, we are pumped up because Broadway is back, and I'm so glad you could be here for the Broadway show. I'm Tamsin Fidel.
No more opening act gigs. What? I will only do gigs where I can say what I want. That's what Lenny would do. That's different. He's Lenny Bruce. Well, then make me Lenny Bruce. Make me a headliner.
Season 4 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel returns to Amazon Prime in February. But right now, one of the original stars is back on Broadway. Let's send it out to Paul Wontorek.
Before the new season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel arrives on Amazon Prime, Michael Zegen is back on stage in Alice Childress's acclaimed play, Trouble in Mind. We met up at the DEH Blue Room here at the brand new Civilian Hotel to talk about his return to the stage. Welcome back to Broadway.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
You're in the midst of a run. You got great reviews.
Yeah.
The play's a big hit.
Audiences have been loving it. The cast, we love it. We love this play, and we've loved it since we started rehearsing for it. It's great to get the play out there and Alice Childress, her name out there, because personally I'd never heard of her before. I'd never heard of the play.
Right.
But it's something special.
Audiences are really amazed at how modern a lot of it feels. What was it like for you as a reader?
You know, when I got the script, again, I had never heard of this play before, and I was emailed the script from my agents, and I read, the first few scenes and saw where my character comes in, and immediately I knew this is a guy I can play. It takes place in the 50s, which is kind of my wheelhouse. It's funny. It's a funny play.
Yeah.
And especially for being written in 1955, and the fact that it's still funny and still gets the laughs. I mean, every night we get, big laughs from the audience. It's heavy. It's a heavy play, don't get me wrong, but it is funny. I honestly couldn't believe that it was written in the 50s because it's so modern.
Right.
It is. It's so modern. The jokes still hit. There's a character named Bill in the play. He's a white actor, and he laments the fact that he can't call women gal anymore. Just little things like that, which we're still talking about today. It's ironic. It's funny. I read this and thought, why haven't I heard of this play before?
So let's talk about Al Manners, that's his name.
Sure.
He is the director.
Yeah.
This is about rehearsals for a play, a bad play.
Yeah, but he thinks it's something grand. He thinks that this is, game changing.
Yes.
And it is in a way.
Yeah, sure.
Because he is giving these black actors really, decent parts. Unfortunately, they're still relegated to stereotypes.
Right.
But he just sees the fact that he's given them this opportunity,
Right.
As something special, but they don't see it that way.
Do you find him difficult to play?
It is a difficult part to play. It is because, sometimes I could feel the audience, like I could feel their hatred towards him.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's hatred, but I could feel their animosity towards him. LaShawns gets up there and everybody's clapping and applauding and they love her, and rightly so, she's amazing. And then I come out and people are like, wait a minute, I don't like this guy. So it's, it is hard in that respect, but also fun. I guess he's not the villain, but he is the antagonist of the play, and playing the antagonist can be fun. And he does, to his credit, he does make some interesting points, especially in his monologue towards the end. You listen to it and you're like, okay, I get what he's saying, and then I don't want to give anything away, but then he also makes some points that make you think like, oh no, he's a jerk.
It seems a shame that you're alone.
That was a perfectly good girl I set him up with last week.
Wow, you were quick.
Excuse me, Ma, for not wanting to go out with a pregnant, divorced woman.
She's not divorced. Her husband died.
So we have to talk about The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I love this show so much. It's filled with theater people. And it feels like such a theater-friendly set. And there's a lot of theater references with it. It feels very Broadway-friendly.
Yeah, it is theater. It is theater. I mean, this is a very theatrical show.
Yeah.
We are all theater people, and when you do a scene, it's a lot of the time there's no cuts. It's just one continuous scene, and that's theater.
Sure.
Of course, if you screw up, you can go back to the top. Unlike theater,
right.
where you just have to keep plowing through it somehow, which is honestly my worst nightmare. But yeah, no, it is theater, and again, there's that trust. I mean, I trust everybody on that show. Everybody knows exactly what they're doing.
You play Joel. What do you love about his journey? Because I guess it would be really easy for him to just be sort of a bad guy from the beginning, but we're sort of stuck with Joel. And so we get to see Joel's life move on.
I love seeing how he's evolved.
Yeah.
And yeah, at the beginning, in the first episode, he leaves her. It's hard to win back an audience after you do something like that. But somehow I've been able to do that in some cases, not all. But yeah, it's really he's a multifaceted character. He's got a lot of depth to him, and I think out of everybody on the show, he's probably the most grounded and the most human. Not taking anything away from anybody else, but it is. I mean, let's face it, Maisel is a heightened reality.
Absolutely.
And I do think he's probably the most kind of normal-ish.